Hello everybody and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin and we are on part 19 of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Part 9 of Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage. Last time we took on the Breeze Builder area and the Crystal Glacier area, and now I think we got I'm pretty sure we have 2 levels left to do, and let's get on with it. Figure might as well go right into Skelos Badlands here. Here we are. How's everyone doing? There was something I was supposed to correct. I said something last time that wasn't exactly correct. I can't remember though. If you find something that's factually wrong in the last episode, it's probably the thing I was thinking of. Damn. So just like in Crystal Glacier, we're still dealing with kind of the cavemen guys, but now we're in definitely the contrast to that in terms of aesthetic. More of a flaming hot volcanic wasteland. Oh, let's see what he has to say.
Hey, Dragon, I hear you're pretty tough. I bet my cousin Glug you wouldn't be able to make it through the Badlands without getting singed.
Alright, so Grunk thinks I can't make it to Glug without getting singed. We'll see.
Oh, if you see any of my little buddies getting torched, would you mind helping them out?
Okay, so yeah, you think that I'm not going to be able to get across without getting singed, but you also want me to help your other friends from not getting singed. It's like, I don't know. You don't have any faith in me, but you have faith in me to save your friends. Let's see how it is. Oh, for a second there, I thought I was getting shot at. So we got these cat bat things, which look more like cat bats than whatever they look like in the PS1 version. Boom. Now this guy is in love with me. Oh. Oh, damn. Looks like I'm the one doing the singeing. I think there is a skill point here to get all these cat guy. So we'll do that. Is there any video game news? I'm trying to think. Oh, they just announced that 19.3 million PS5s have been sold, which is quite a feat for, you know, something dealing with the chain supply crisis, or the supply chain crisis overseas, and COVID, and the AMD, what was it, the AMD chip shortage that is supposed to be very vital for these big PS5 consoles. They're thinking of like changing the hardware like inside, but I hope they don't. I'm at least glad that I have the one with the chip, or whatever it is that, you know, that they're gonna try to cut back on, supposedly. Boom. Oh. Oh yeah, Xbox Series X went, its online service went down for like a good day or so, or whatever. And people are like, well, I mean, the big controversy was that apparently, make sure that guy's out of here. Apparently, when the service goes down, people were unable to play their games offline. Almost like there's like a DRM or like an online check that needs to happen or something. And honestly, that's just like sad. You know, I'm not like a fanboy when it comes to, I mean, I am a Sony fan. I tend to lean towards PlayStation, but, and I'm not like, you know, one to really bash Microsoft or whatever, but if that happened to me where I couldn't play a game I purchased, that I owned physically, that I paid with my own money, I don't know how that, it just, I don't know how that flies, you know? I guess I'll go this way.
Spyro, our village is being overrun by lava lizards. Can you get rid of them before they eat my little buddies? I'll lower the bridge for you so you can get over there.
Cross the bridge, save the villagers. I mean, it's just like, if you pay for something physically and you're playing the offline game, it's the same reason I was excited for Gran Turismo, was a 7? And then they revealed that you need to, it's required to be online and that there is no offline capability. For me, that's a turnoff. I was actually, like, with the state of play, I was ready to get that game. But after that, I was like, you know what, I'll spend my money elsewhere. Spend my money elsewhere. You know, vote with my wallet here, like, just to show that that's not okay.
Please protect my friends from the lizards hatching out of those giant eggs.
Lumpy, okay, I'll help you. Now this is like a very iconic mission. Not this mission, but the next one that comes after, because he's a two orb challenger. But the second one is supposed to be the most like notorious for being very, very difficult mission in Spyro 2. I can usually, like, I get it. It just takes a little trial and error, but I think I'll be able to manage it. See how we do. Oh. Okay. I kind of just winged that one.
Well done, Grasshopper. Take this shiny, thing we found to aid your journey.
Sounds good to me. The second one's definitely the hardest one.
Uh-oh. It looks like more lizard eggs are dropping down. Are you ready for another challenge?
You asked me a question, but you don't give me a chance to say no. Save the villagers again. I guess my option of whether I want to save them or not depends on whether I'm actually going to cross this bridge. Let's see what he says.
Please help us again, Spyro. Those lizards are really scary.
I mean, they're more than lizards. They seem like dinosaurs, like velociraptors.
Please.
Okay. Alright, I gotta see how this is gonna happen. You have to be really quick, and you have to kind of know where you're going. I don't think I'm gonna be able to pass this on the first try. Let's see. I probably should have went this way. Ah. Alright. This is like definitely very well made for how difficult it is. They really like positioned all these huts and everything perfectly. And the timing of when they hatch. I think this guy is going to be the guy that I have to worry about. And then I'll go this guy. And then wherever the hell this guy went. Oh, there he is. That was pretty easy, actually.
Thank you for helping us again, Spyro. You deserve another shiny thing. I was going to use it as a nightlight.
Why would you need a nightlight when you got all this molten lava all over the place, glowing and that nauseous orange all over the place? I mean, the sun. There's a sun and a moon, like right on our ass. I don't think you need a nightlight, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading the stars wrong here. Alright, so there's no gems around here, so we'll just get... Oh wait, but is there any cacti? Does this count as a cacti? Nah, that's just a weird, weird little shrub cacti. Alright, let's see what we can do. There's one. We still have not been singed. Grunk is gonna be very disappointed by the outcome of this bet, I think. At least I hope. I want to get this guy, so let me get a rock. Make sure I don't fall into any pits here. Okay. Let's try to get this, this guy right here. Incorporating the spitting mechanic again. I don't think we really... Yeah, so we're collecting these bones. I don't think we really had a... Oh yeah, we did use the spitting thing for molten... or magma cone it was, right? Okay. So far, no singe. Oh, got him. They used to make it where you had to aim a little above, but now it seems like it's like a line drive right at him. There we go. Okay. What else we got here? Let's take a rock. We still need 16 enemies. Oh shit! They like screamed. It kind of echoed off the walls. Ooh, got scared there. Maybe I can get one guy's head to explode and then they both will explode. Ah. I was using a D-pad, it wasn't really letting me aim properly there. Okay, will you take him out? No. Let's try again. There we go. Got another lizard guy over here. See if I can get a nice little screenshot in my thumbnail. Okay. It's gotta hurt. Okay. So far, so good. A little harder now. Oh, I got singed. Did that count as this? Oh yeah, he shoots fire. I guess Glub, or no, Grunk won the bet. Okay, hopefully that bone didn't... Okay, it's on the thing, right? Good. was hoping that would like auto aim and just kill him. There you go. Boom. Oh, I do not have a rock to get this cat bat. I guess I'll take this guy.
Excellent. You made it through the Badlands. I knew I'd win that bet. My cousin Gronk is a fool to bet against the dragon. Take this talisman for helping me out.
Guess he doesn't know. Guess he wasn't looking when I got lit up.
If you don't know what to do with the talisman, maybe you could make a nice soup with it.
Whoa, this guy's going crazy on me. He's like a Gila monster or something, right? Or like a Gila monster. But it's more orange, I think. I think Gila monster's like a black and yellow. He's really going at it. I don't think they were this scary in the original. Ain't scary no more. These things are always a little tedious, but I think I actually skipped this part, this question mark vase or whatever in that Shady Oasis level. I should have continued going all the way towards the end of the level, beginning of the level with that. But it's fine, we have to go back anyway. I just want to get rid of this cat bat first. Oh my god, I couldn't dodge it. Oh, please. Okay. These little lava feet we have now. Go this way. Okay. Here it is again. There we are. I like this level. I think this might be my favorite, like, kind of just, like, do everything in one shot type of level in this, at least second homeworld. Everything's a little challenging, but you can figure it out. And, you know, it's... The map design is very, well thought out, I'd say. I guess I'll listen to what you guys say.
I'm so sad. Those pesky lava toads have stolen all my friend's bones. If you help me put them back together again, it'd sure be more fun.
Ooga. Get the bones from the lava toads.
I'm so sad.
Sometimes sadness is a good thing. You gotta let yourself feel sad so that the next time you feel happy, it feels good. Even more good. You don't want to mask yourself with band-aids where you don't feel sadness anymore. You need to actually feel it, and then your happiness will be more profound in turn. Just a little advice. This little area is kind of like you need to like eliminate as many. The more you can eliminate, the better, because they're all firing at you from every which direction. Skill point. Whoa. That missile. I always like to watch the missile hit it, because it's like watching fireworks. It's the only chance you get to see it. Oh, I think there's also a skill point to get all the cat bats, which I remember thinking was a weird one because I'm always completionist to kill everything regardless. There we are. We got Fallen Gem right over here, I think. Okay, so far so good. I think we can get... Oh, you know, since we're back here, let's at least get this, this little pot. I mean, I guess it is a nice little, like, kind of a puzzle in a way to kind of remember your surroundings. But after you play this game a million times, it kind of becomes... Oh, that was it, right? That's all that was in that one? Yeah, after you play this game a million times, you know where it's gonna be, and you know these maps inside and out. Okay, so I think we're gonna go right back into our invincibility mode. Boom. Very important to get your gems before you get... Say if that was the 8th lizard, you want to get these gems first, because then you're going to get taken all the way back to Uga, and then you have to basically backtrack again. Suppose I can go this way, because I think there's a gem, some gems here. I think our last part here is to get over here. Oh. Let's take this guy out before I need to get to him. Now the bones are on this little mountain thing, so I think we actually killed all the guys, but we just need to collect the bones. Oh, I should probably get that rock before I... Oh! Good trade, good trade. I should be able to stand on this thing. Okay, there we go. Pretty easy level. Oh, is that the last? Oh wait, he's over here, right? Oh man, that means I have to come twice, right? Hopefully, I think so, yeah. Alright, I'll come around again.
Thank you, Spyro. Now I can put my friend back together. Please take this as a token of my appreciation. A fairy left it with me a little while ago.
Uh-oh. Look out! Nice moves, Bonesy. Nice. I don't know if that song was in the original one. I know they had like a kind of funky song when he dances, but that dun 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 dun, like, I don't know if that was the song that played afterwards. I'm always aware of little things like that, like, you know, whether there was, like, artistic liberties taken here to add another song, or maybe that was a song that I can't quite remember. Is that a nice little Kabuto fossil there? Alright, so we're all done here, right? I think? Yeah. Cool. Let's get out of here. Yeah, it's a good group. Alright, let's get on out of here. We got our 2 skill points too. There's a very solid level we just took on. Uh-oh. It's pretty much every America's Funniest Home Video. Back in the 90s, late 80s, into 90s. I know it was a huge thing before YouTube. America's Funniest Home Videos. Alright, so now that we're done with Skilos Badlands, well, we're going to head on to Zephyr, which is going to be a absolute war zone. This is what the Breeze Builders have been preparing for. But we're going to be helping out the little larvae slug guys this time. I think we still have to pay for this area, don't we?
Legend has it that there is a portal to Zephyr here. And legend also has it that I know how to activate it. Furthermore, as I recall, the legend mentioned something about me activating it for a small fee.
I think last time I said no thanks, but this time I'm going to say yep.
Thanks for the gem, Spyro. With all this cash, I can open a lizard burger shop in Skilos Badlands.
Better than Hurrico's, I guess. At least it's hot. Alright.
Those darn birds in Zephyr never paid me for all the bombs and TNT barrels I gave them.
Moneybags is funding these terrorists pretty much. Not good. Alright. We're gonna head on in. We're also going to, I suppose, delve into my 2006 Game of the Year. This is a very strange year for me, because honestly, the last year in 2005, that was the last like real heavy hitter year for PS2. In this year, you can tell that the library is kind of dying. Yeah, these birds aren't screwing around. This is one of my favorite levels in terms of how big it is and expansive and how much stuff there is to do. We probably won't even be able to finish it all in one episode, but we'll see.
Okay, Spyro. Looks like we got us a bit of a situation here. The Breeze Builders have got us pinned down, and we've been waiting for a volunteer to blow up their munitions building. Looks like you're it.
Colonel Blub. Any other orders, Sarge? Colonel? Commander? It's got a half-eaten apple core thing as a scepter. Oh shit! Alright, these guys aren't messing around. Alright, so I basically have to go all out on these guys. So yeah, 2006 was a very sad year for me as a video game, or as a PlayStation owner, because PS2 really wasn't... It wasn't really delivering anymore in terms of PS2, and PS3 was so expensive that I didn't get PS3 until, like, say, I think Christmas of 2011. So it's a dry spell. But that's not to say that there's still games to talk about for PlayStation 3, which I would get later on, but they still came out during the year of 2006 and so on. But any PS3 game that you see from that I list from 2006 to say like 2010, it's all games that I had to like dive back into my backlog to like scoop up as soon as I got that PS3. I basically had to play catch up. But yeah, PS2 was not. It was honestly, I think this might be my least favorite year for for not just for PS2, but for video games in general, because it kind of, I don't know, it felt like this is like the turning point for a lot of how the industry was before it kind of picks itself up again. There's kind of like a lull here, and you'll see by each game I mention. But I still think the game of the year I'm going to mention is deserving and great, and but you know, there's a reason why. There's definitely you'll see. It's a very disappointing year for me. There's 4 games we're going to talk about here. The first one is a game I have to say I was prepared to really bash this game. Not bash, but like kind of lay into it a little bit more harder than I was expecting. But I actually I popped the disc in just to kind of give myself a refresher of what exactly was wrong with the game. And honestly, even though the game plays differently than what I would have wanted to, it's still a competent game, but it's just it's the beginning of the end, pretty much. It's pretty much the one game where I was like, you know what, I can't play this. I can't even get I don't even want to get past the first level because I'm just disappointed with how it's running, how it plays, how it looks, how little customization there is. And that is Tony Hawk's Project 8 for PS2. Now, keep in mind, I did not have the PS3. This was supposed to be a PS3 launch title, I think. I'm sorry. But it just like with I think Tony Hawk 3 and Tony Hawk 4, it released on both consoles. Where like Tony Hawk 3 and 4 both released on PS1 and PS2, but in PS2 is where it thrived. In the case of Tony Hawk's Project 8, it was a PS2 PS3 hybrid, but the only problem is that, first of all, the game changes the way you play. It's more, the camera's more pushed in on you. You have like they take a lot of your moves away. There's less customization. When I was playing the game yesterday, I couldn't even create myself properly. Like I literally had to have like long hair and like sunglasses, like and all this like weird like stuff I wouldn't put on myself. And even my hair color wasn't even right. Like that's how limited they are with like the character creation. But I have to say, I played the game, and it was a competent game. I gave it a lot of flack back in the day because. Come on.
Do you think you can blast that bird, soldier? Jump up here and give it a try.
I'll give it a try.
Just hop up onto the cannon and take out that bird. Just hop.
All right. I gave it a lot of flack when it first came out because compared to Tony Hawk, like the run of Tony Hawk 1, 2, 3, 4, Underground 2, and then American Wasteland, Project 8 was the first time where the decline began. And it was a very swift decline in quality. But now that I've had like years and years and years of distance from it, and I know that the Tony Hawk franchise gets way worse, and it actually becomes absent for a lot of PlayStation's run, or not just PlayStation, but Xbox and all the platforms. Now that ever since Tony Hawk Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1+2 came out in 2020, that was the big resurgence of Tony Hawk coming back to form. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 was this cash grab thing that they did because they were under contract to make one more game, so Activision released a broken game out into the wild and called it a day. It got terrible reviews. I totally skipped out on that. But Project 8 was kind of like the downfall of that, but when you go back to it, even though it's the PS2 version, which is, I'm assuming is the inferior version, I mean, obviously graphically, but like I don't know how one runs above the other, but it's actually not the worst game from what I was playing. And I could be wrong, because I was only playing it for like a good 30 minutes, but I was actually kind of getting into it. I was like, you know what? It's playing differently, but I can kind of get behind it. Like, it's a different game, but it's as a skating game, it's kind of competent still. It still has the same control scheme in a way from what little controls they kind of maintain from the older games, but again, this was a game, I remember getting it as a gift from my sister for like Christmas or my birthday or something, and I remember being like, oh, I wish you didn't get me this, because I already read reviews that Project 8 was just a slump compared to its predecessors. And it's still developed by Neversoft, but I think Shaba Games is the studio that developed the PS2 one, or at least like ported it. Gotta get these birds over here. But yeah, you know what? I was ready to lay into it more, but I think it's a game that might still be. If I gave it a chance, maybe there's something to it that might be redeeming. And I kind of have a curiosity factor to kind of revisit it and see and play it through a bit and get a better judgment on it. But it's definitely not the game of the year. It's disappointing because Tony Hawk really carried the end of PS1 and throughout all the PS2 era. It really carried that console for me, and to see Project 8 become this kind of flop in comparison to all the other games, it spelled the beginning of the end to me. And I wonder if it's, I don't know what it is, because I know the PS3 version was kind of getting lambasted also, but it's unfortunate because whenever a console generation switches on to the next one, it seems like, like say with Crash Bandicoot and Spyro's transition to PS2, it kind of flopped. But when Tony Hawk transitioned into PS2, it thrived. But the transition from PS2 to PS3 is when it just kind of, again, fell the way of Spyro and Crash, which is, disappointing, but yeah, that's what I gotta say about that game, at least. But yeah, I have to revisit it, see what it's all about. But I always like the concept of it. I think one of the cool concepts of it is there was more of an emphasis on how you move your feet, how you can flip the board and stuff. There's a lot more slow-mo stuff. But yeah, I'm not sure. I'd have to look back at it. But honestly, I was playing it and it had a really pretty awesome soundtrack. So the soundtrack department was still really good. They still had pro skaters on, and I'm just like, you know what? From the perspective of someone who has been in such a, where the franchise has been in such a drought for so long, for over a decade, it's not the worst thing in the world. It's something almost to be a little grateful for, that at least this game exists, that I can kind of check out, which I think I'll do soon. Other than that, okay, so yeah, now, again, this was such a dry spell of a year. There really wasn't anything that came out. There literally was nothing in PS2 that came out from, first party. All the first party games were all migrating to PS3. And even then, like every console, next console generation, it takes a little while to warm up before all the big first party developers really start, delivering all their home runs. But yeah, what's sad about this year is that and especially since I didn't have a job back in 2006, I was still in high school. I think I was in my sophomore year of high school, going on to going on to junior in the next year or whatever. So yeah, the one, like, I didn't have much money, but if I did some chores or did some, like, odd jobs or whatever, I'd save up some money to get a game or something. And for this game to be the game that I end up buying, it just shows that that I was really scraping the bottom of the barrel when it comes to my choices of, you know, like, pretty much my whole backlog was already fulfilled. So there wasn't much games to get left, but this game I ended up getting, and that's NHL 07. Which I know, it's like, you know, another hockey... Like, I have an NHL 99 game for PS1, which I really love. But at the time in 2006, the most competent games were from EA Sports. They were making, like... I think for the PS2 generation, I only had Madden 2002 as my only, like, real kind of, like, pro sport. Not extreme sports, but, like, you know, like an actual, like, you know, football, you know, baseball type thing. Not, you know, well, no, not baseball, but you know what I mean. Like those, like an actual sport. Traditional sports. So yeah, I got an NHL 07. I guess it felt appropriate since I spent so long. It felt appropriate because the graphic jump between 1999, NHL 1999, and 07 is obviously going to be a lot better. It's definitely not wise to just buy a sports game every year unless you're a big sports fan, and I'm not that big of a sports fan, but it kind of makes sense to buy an NHL, I think, because I was starting to play hockey in a league, at least deck hockey with friends. So I was kind of in a hockey mode, I guess, and I figured I'd pick it up because I think it was in Circuit City, which is no longer around me anymore. But yeah, it was in Circuit City. I saw it for like really cheap, and I was like, you know what? I'll pick that up. And by the way, that was in the next year in 2007 when I got, because it is 07. I know 07 comes out in 06, but I think it wasn't until like the spring of 07 that I picked this game up. What else we got? And the game's fine. It has a cool soundtrack, not as memorable as NHL 99's, which has Heroes by David Bowie as its like main theme, but has a nice, you know, it was a game that held me over, and even people like, you know, I have like a younger cousin who always wanted to play it whenever he came over, so at least there's that. At least it got some mileage out of its purchase. We're still through this. Okay, it's a big map. We haven't even got to the meat and potatoes of this map yet. Oh wait, stay here. Now, the big thing in 2006, and this was the biggest game of 2006. It's not my game of the year, but it's the biggest game of 2006, I'd say. In terms of commercial appeal and how popular it was, even to the point where non-video game players were playing this game. This was a game that, honestly, I kind of like secretly hated that this was like the popular game to play, and that this is what the PS2 era was becoming towards the end, where it was just like a fad was dictating what everyone wanted to play. But it's a game that everyone was playing at the time, and I picked it up because, you know, I didn't want to be left out of the conversation. But I mean, it was a cool concept. But that game is Guitar Hero 2. Now, Guitar Hero 1 was already, like, the big popular game, but Guitar Hero 2 carried that forward. Whoa. Guitar Hero 2 carried that forward. Really awesome soundtrack. You know, like, you had Message in a Bottle by The Police. I think the big finishing song was Freebird by Lynyrd Skynyrd, which is like a nice, awesome epic 10-minute song. Everybody was playing this game. when it came out. Everybody had those damn controllers. I still have my controllers, by the way, the two guitar controllers with stickers on them. A lot of people got rid of them and like sold them in a garage sale or whatever. I kept them because I was like, you know what? You never know. I'm a physical media guy. I'll keep. They came in a nice little guitar case. So I kept them around. I think they're in my closet. And I played these games a lot. I played like, you know, I went through like all like the trials and tribulations of expert mode and really tried to master it, and it was addicting and it was fun. Everyone had fun with it. But it just disappointed me that this was the game that was the most talked about game like at this point. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I thought someone was calling me. I guess I'm hearing things. Alright, but yeah, like, it was the big game. I remember there was a contest held at my school, where people would pay, like, $5 or $10, I think it was, to play a round to get the highest score, and whoever ended up getting the highest score at the end of the night, would get like a cut of the money or so, or get some prize, because I think it was supposed to be like a fundraiser. I remember playing that and being like, oh wow, a video game contest, this is awesome. And I remember I played a song, I forgot which song it was, and I was playing up against somebody. Oh yeah, it was kind of like a contest where you had to play against someone, and then if they won or you won, then you would move on to the next round against the other top players or whatever, which was cool. But I remember being just so frustrated and angry that for once video games were kind of being brought to the mainstream and celebrated and kind of used in a school setting for all things, like for, you know, and the one game that I like, that I had some practice with, because you need to be good at guitar, kind of have that like, kind of have that mindset for how a guitar is. Because I noticed a lot of my friends who actually play guitar were actually better than me at this game, because it kind of catered to the feeling. I mean, it wasn't a simulator of a guitar, but it was it kind of married the concept of of being good at being a good guitar player with the actual like button mashing and all that, and the chord concept and all that. So I wasn't good at it. And I remember being like, for once there's a video game contest in the mainstream, and I'm sucking. And I just remember being like, oh, is this what I mean, I know it's like a sore loser type thing, but it's just like, if this was like a Tony Hawk competition for a fundraiser, that would be a different story now, wouldn't it? But no, it had to be what the fad of 2006, and kind of, I guess, until the Rock Band era, before, it had to be that in order to get everyone to share in your hobby, I guess. And I just remember being like, oh man, like the Tony Hawk game sucks that I got. I have to, like, my main purchase is an NHL game, and Guitar Hero is sweeping the nation here. And it's not really my thing. And I remember being like, oh, this just is like, game after game here is just like, it's just disappointing. And that was my 3 PS2 games. But the one game that I would consider the game of the year, and this was a game that I was like, if I didn't know that the PS3 was going to be as expensive as it was, I was excited about this game. I remember seeing trailers at E3 for this game. I remember seeing, I remember reading about it in like kind of like previews and magazines and stuff. This was going to be like the kind of first real big heavy hitter game for PlayStation 3, and I was excited. And I'll reveal that right after I talk to Mr. Glub or Gluck or whatever his name. It's gonna be something very gross sounding.
Wow! What
Glug.
an explosion! It sure is a good thing I had my helmet on. Oh yeah, the Colonel wanted me to give this talisman to you if you got through the Breeze Builder defenses. Good job, soldier.
Thank you. Now, wasn't Glug also one of the names of the cavemen we were just talking to? I feel like they're double dipping into this, to this Glug business here. Alright, we got the talisman. Now we gotta go down. Because this is a huge level. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to finish all this by the time we're done here, but we'll see. So yeah, this game that was the next game. It was Insomniac's kind of first crack at this genre, and that is Resistance: Fall of Man. This is a game I was really looking forward to getting. Get in there. Wait, is he gonna be stuck on here? Keep him there for a sec.
My name is Little Bo Peep, and I've lost my cowlicks. With these battles going on all of the time, they keep running away. Can you help me get them back into my pen?
Guess I have no choice. Cowlicks.
Spyro, can you help me get the cowlicks back into their pen?
Get 5 cowlicks into the pen. I love this mission because it's saying get 5 cowlicks into the pen. And I'll explain why that's amazing later on, in a second. Or at least if I can even finish it. I think I have 1 in there right now, but he's kind of like on the border of the fence here. But yeah, Resistance: Fall of Man was like one of the next big first-person shooters that I was really looking forward to get into. Unfortunately, I did not have a PS3, so I had to play this game at a friend's house while we were in... well, I guess we were in high school still. Because he had this game. I think I really only played the multiplayer at his house. So I never really played the single player. But it had a co-op, which I was very much is always a good thing for me. 2-player offline or split screen co-op, because as a PlayStation fan, you're kind of hungry for what all the Xbox community are getting with Halo. And that was a good thing for. And I honestly, when PS3, so I guess we'll time jump forward when I actually got this for PS3. When this game came out, I was like, I went to my sister and I said, you know what? Let's play this game. It's a split screen co-op game. It takes place in like kind of like World War II era, but it's taking place with like these like aliens called the Chimera, and they're taking over, and it's like mixing like kind of real world history with like science fiction. Really cool concept, I always thought. And it was fun. We actually it was a game that she actually played with me all the way through, even though it wasn't. I don't know if she was like really that into it, but I'm at least glad she played it. But it was good because it was one of those games too where you can get in and out of vehicles, kind of like a Warthog. I don't know if it drove as well as a Warthog, but it was well worth it. I'd say. I had to escape these birds that are going haywire on me. They're kind of bombing me to hell. Oh man, I have to get rid of these guys. Alright, hold on. Oh god, I'm gonna die here. He's got those oh! You know what? If he swoops at me, I'm gonna go for it. Oh, alright. Let's try to see if I can make it. Is there any safe spot for me? This damn bird. Oh my god, this is hard. This is hard. I gotta get farther away. Got him. I think I got that Calic to get up. Alright. I just need to get like a caterpillar or something and then I'm good. Was there only one bird here though? I thought there were like 2 birds. Let's see what this guy's doing up here. But yeah, Resistance... Oh god. Resistance Full, man, very interesting. It was kind of a... oh man. It was kind of a little disappointing that there weren't really, like, cutscenes in the sense of, like, 3D cutscenes. It was kind of like a more of, like, a still picture with, like, a narrator talking over the story. Which is fine, but, when you get a PS3 game, you want it really, like... You want to see what the system's capable of doing with like the 3D graphics. So it was I mean, which it fulfilled with the gameplay part of it, but you know, yeah, that's just like a minor nitpick. But honestly, this game is great. If there were more Resistance games to come out in the future, I would love that. I think we're good in this section. Let's try to corral these Calics back to the pen. I like how it's kind of a puzzle though with the Calics to get them out. Oh, let's get that Sparks back. I remember the Calics kind of glitch in the Reignited Trilogy in term. I remember there was like a glitch that happened where I think my sister was playing this game and they wouldn't count like the one that ended up on the fence, and then she couldn't get the thing off the fence, so we had to restart it, and it kind of just killed the mood. But yeah. But yeah, you know what? My game of the year, Resistance Fall, man. PS2 just was not cutting it in 2006. It will have a little bit of redemption in 2007. A little bit, but significant, with a significant, you know. But, yeah, it will have a significant title that will kind of, be a little bit meaningful, kind of the swan song for the system. But yeah, PS3 was really where it was at. I did not have it yet. Resistance Fall, man, is definitely my game of the year for 2006. So to recap, before we get this, after we get this last Calic in.
Thanks, Spyro. Here's a little something for, you know, the effort. There are 2 more Cowlicks out there somewhere, but I haven't seen them in days.
Now I love this because it's such a huge thing when you're like, wait, it already took me forever to go up that ladder right there, and to find these 2 Calics that were like the last 2 of the 5. When both people reveals that there's 2 more. As a kid, when you're playing this game, it's just like, how big is this map, and where are these things? And then when you find out where they actually are, it's like, oh wow, like this game, like I like how you could have chose to go that way to get those 2 Calics, or you could have gone up that ladder to get those last 2 for the 7 Calics. So I always like games where they present you with a challenge like this. That's kind of fun, where you kind of like, you know, herding these like cute little animals, and then you find out that there's more to the challenge later after you, like, this is one of those challenges I think where I was kind of like glad there was 2 more out there to kind of like bring home, you know. There's a feeling of real like, you know, like you're a sheepdog in this challenge that I really like.
There are 2 more cowlicks out there somewhere, but I haven't...
I figure we'll probably end it here, but you know what, let me go back to get that, let me go back to get that pot so I don't have to ever worry about it ever again. But yeah, so to recap, my game of the year for 1995 was Twisted Metal. 1996 was Crash Bandicoot. 1997 was Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. 1998 was Spyro the Dragon. 1999 was CTR Crash Team Racing. 2000 was Spyro Year of the Dragon. 2001 was Jak and Daxter the Precursor Legacy. 2002 was Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4. 2003 was The Simpsons Hidden Run. 2004 was Killzone. 2005 was Area 51. And then 2006 was another great first-person shooter, which was Resistance: Fall of Man. It's one of those games too that I wish I had more time with to play the online, because the online you had like 60 players at once, which was unheard of for any online game that I had. Oh, here's our last gem thing here. Very unheard of to play 60 players. I always wanted to play that, and I did play. So when I got, I ended up getting Resistance, and the online support was still there. Thankfully, there was no trophies for. I mean, in a way, I wish there was trophies for Resistance, the first Resistance. But it's nice to not have to worry about getting the Platinum Trophy, because back in that era of the early PS3 era with the online trophies, you really had to grind in order to do it. So for the online service to be shut down, you were basically locked out of that trophy. So at least I like that Resistance Fall of Man doesn't... I don't feel like I missed out too much in terms of being a trophy hunter, because there's really no trophy to get. But yeah, that's my game of the year 2006. It's a lot more hopeful going forward, but you're gonna see between 2000, you'll see that. I mean, I guess everything. Well, you'll see. We'll get to 2007 on the next one. I guess we'll end it here. If anyone wants to take it upon themselves to like, comment, or subscribe to Kev Plays, it's greatly appreciated. Just Kev Plays on YouTube. Or you can follow me on PlayStation as Huts123. And also check me out on Twitter too. It's at Let's Watch Series. Let's Watch Series, which is kind of my channel for posting these and also writing kind of like TV reviews and such. So yeah, I guess we'll hang out with these cowlicks for a little bit and then we'll call it. And so far, we've rescued 5. We gotta get those last 2, wherever they may be. Alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll catch you next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming. Kevin out.